Hello, Hojoz here, and welcome back to the second season of the Sadar Fighter competition. Today, our competitors are the Ocon and the IV9. Fun thing about the IV9 is that the IV9 only has one A120 missile. Well, I mean it could be an advantage because it now has less weight to carry through the entire battle, since the Ocon only has a 2km lock-on range. And well, that 2km lock-on range pretty much makes the A9 or the A120 redundant. So yeah, that's real unfortunate for the IV9. But what could be the advantage of the IV9 is that the IV9 is built to be a plane, and the Ocon wasn't. It's just a DRC entry converted into a plane, which may affect performance a slight bit. Yeah, safe to say that the Mark II will have a lot of changes. If AVG would fuck off. AVG, please, honestly. AVG, I swear to God, you are ruining my recordings. Anyway, I think we should be starting the competition. And well, I will also be starting with an interesting question while the IV9 takes off first. Would you like to see a video on another Charmander? No, the other one didn't go down so well, it only has 7 views. Well, I'll put it on the second channel then. It's about a Charmander which struggles with maneuverability in another way. Because, well, Charmanders are known to struggle with maneuverability, but it's because they don't have enough of it. Well, this Charmander, it has too much. Anyway, it's time for the engagement. Or rather, now it's time for the engagement, as the first and second A120s go away. That was very close, other Ocon. I shouldn't be seeing that. It's a bit too much of friendly fire going on. Anyway, A9 off, and also some gunfire. Ooh. Friendly fire, and that's an issue. That's an issue I have. Oh, that hurts. So, yeah, everything is mounted on the front. Don't judge that. It looks like the Ocon, while very maneuverable and having a lock-on range advantage and having a maneuverability advantage, somehow isn't having any advantage over the IV9. Well, it's pretty obvious that it doesn't have an advantage, Hojoz. The IV9 is a plane, and the Ocon is a car converted into a plane. And that should pretty much answer any questions. Anyway, it's time for the second round. Man, this is going off so quickly. And well, IV9 off first again. Little bit of vibration there in your Panthers. Maybe something to change. Oh well. We'll be on the defensive soon. And we'll see if this countermeasure placement is effective at its job or not. Maybe it isn't, maybe it is. We'll see right about now. As well, it now has the camera disadvantage. Yes, I still believe in the camera disadvantage. As well, it looked like Jolly Roger Aerospace's PFC Chapter 3 had that issue as well. Anyway, A120s going off, going towards this IV9, and let's see if, oh, it didn't have to dodge any 120s. Yeah, that's maybe an issue. I would change that. Oh, more missiles, but still nothing coming at this one. And yeah, that's an HO gone. I don't know what the problem is with the HC Ocon here, but it certainly does have an issue, which is preventing it slightly from doing shit and doing it well. Anyway, that other IV9 seems to be in an engagement with an Ocon, and this Ocon is fucked because it didn't turn around quick enough. Yep, that's an Ocon gone, and that's a pattern I see often. That maneuverable planes often get an advantage over planes that are not so maneuverable. And I often wonder to myself, is there a counter to maneuverability that is not more maneuverability? And my answer to that would be ECN jammers. But ECN jammers are not allowed in the Zadar fight competition. Anyway, it's 2-0 for the IV9, and it looks like it's a very, very easy win for it. This I did not expect, but it should be expected when the HC Ocons are only firing missiles towards one fucking plane. What are you doing in there, low bond? I do not like what you are doing there, low bond. Since, well, it looks like sending all of your missiles towards one plane doesn't really work. Who knew? Well, I think I've just thought of the reason why the HC Ocon is at a major disadvantage here. It has tunos. And the other plane does not have enough missiles to hamper it. But I just want to very quickly look at the IV9 again, because I think I saw some performance and oscillation issues there. Maybe it will prove to be a major disadvantage for the IV9 when it moves on to the second round, because it's inevitable that the HC Ocon is losing here. Again, DRC entry, not a plane. Hojoz, you're saying that as if you're defending something that's a plane and not an aircraft, because, well, this is obviously an aircraft, Hojoz. Yes, I very much see your point. This is an aircraft, but this aircraft was converted from a car. Yes, but Hojoz, the Charmander was a car once. Yes, I have seemed to miss that thing. That is Charmanders and cars. And this HC Ocon, what did it lose? Oh no, it only lost some missiles. So that's not a real issue. It, however, oh, that's why it's failing. It does not have enough power to weight ratio, because it's trying to climb, but it can't. It can't climb at all since it does not have enough punch. And what does have enough punch is an IV9, which will go towards the second round of competition. Well, it looks like we're either having a Hojoz against the rest, round 2, or we'll have a Hojoz has an issue because he does not have the majority over all planes, and now the submissions of the users will have an advantage. Well, I mean, I already had an advantage by submitting 8 planes towards other people submitting a maximum of 2 planes. So I guess that's advantage counteracted there, because, well, I'm shit at making planes, and I accept that fact. I am shit at making planes, which is why I convert cars to planes for a living. I don't. Anyway, it's obvious that the HC Ocon will go to the scrap heap, and another 2 planes will have to be called upon for a second round, which namely is the Crafted a Very Long Name by Crispynugget against the CE Forma Mark II D7. Why do I have a slight suspicion that Crispynugget is going to lose that one as well. We'll see in a second when all the planes are loaded up. Well, after that short, very unpredictable but predictable match at the same time, it's time to see Forma probably dominate Crispynugget's craft with a very long name, which likes to shake its butt because it has a very annoying landing gear at the back. I didn't say anything. Anyway, the only advantage that this craft can have is that it has a pretty boxy shape, which would make it hard to hit flying on the back side of it. But hitting from the bottom, the top, or the sides, it's very long and thus a rather easy target to hit. It also doesn't have much maneuverability, which the Forma does have. So, let's see how much maneuverability this D7 possesses by starting the battle. What was that? Whose 120 just exploded? I suspect that it's you! Yep, it's him. So, I said that these things are the most annoying plane, because they like to dance. Well, I then would have to watch as these planes take off. Oh yeah, that's an issue, but that's an unfixable issue, since it came from the bounce of those stupid medium landing gears. So I'm not fixing that, because it's unfixable. Have fun with that, Crispynugget. That's a real design flaw. Always equip your planes with tiny landing gears, such as this one, the small landing gear, which does not vibrate upon loading planes. Anyway, we're starting the match, and there's a slight bit of instability and not enough thrust to weight ratio on the CE Forma going on there, but not too much. So, I'll be interested what it does when engaging this plane, which it does right now. It also has a couple of 120s firing against it, which apparently kills one of the Formas. That's a plot twist if I've ever seen one. It wasn't 120 then, right? Yeah, it probably was 120. So, this one's dead, pretty much. Come on, inaccurate gunfire is inaccurate. Or, it's a win actually. So it's a 1-0 from the Crispynugget craft, simply because one of the Formas got taken out by a missile, which is very rare to see, because the Formas normally don't die because of missiles. So is it just me, or does this look a bit suspicious? Anyway, second round. We're really picking up the pace in this week's Sudar Fight Competition episode then. And this thing should not be maneuverable and should thus be a bit obsolete and bad. But apparently it isn't, because it just took out one of the Formas. And then the other on gunfire, because the other Forma could not bother to dodge, because it was engaging the other one. And that's what I mean with bait. Just let one of your planes be bait, and the other one will get it for you. Anyway, just see the unmaneuverability in this arrow-shaped plane, which is the Crispynugget's craft, the very long name, which I'm not even going to search up or pronounce. What? Oh, I thought this one was just flying into the air, but it isn't. So yeah, let's see how the engagement goes. 120, and there go the other 120s aiming at the Crispynugget craft, which miss. Because they always miss. Missiles should miss, because if missiles don't miss, then you've built a very bad craft. Here comes the gunfire of the Forma. That's one craft down, and the other one is dodging aim 9s, which it does rather nicely, but this thing is doomed as well, because, well, apparently an aim 9 took it out. 1-1 for the Forma, proving again my point of the camera disadvantage. Anyone supporting this theory? No? I'll shut up then. Anyway, you know what? Let's just view this from a cockpit view this time. As well, sometimes I like to view stuff from cockpit views. Yes. I just find it amusing to see it aim and fire and fire and aim and fire. Yes, that's the only amusing thing about cockpit cams, because the disadvantage is that if there's somebody on your tail, you can't see it through the cockpit cam, and that sucks. But what you can see is an incoming missile. If it's coming from the front or front side, because it's coming from just the side, it's probably behind the cockpit, because the Forma is not that long. Anyway, we're turning around and trying to engage those very long named craft, which somehow took out 2 Formas, because an aim 120 hit. Why though? Anyway, aim 120 away. Why isn't there a second aim 120 going? Oh well, that's probably because of the configuration of this Forma. I can't do anything about that. Anyway, what are you doing here? Honestly, looks like a bit of instability and attitude climbing. So where are the other two? Where are the targets? The Crispynugget craft. We're trying to find out for you, viewer. There goes the yaw instability. Oh god, love the yaw instability on this thing. I don't know why there's yaw instability. I've tried to prevent that as much as possible, but there's still yaw instability. And eventually it recovers, but it lost a lot of attitude. Well, attitude, there's no attitude advantage, fam. Ooh, it looks like there's another instability. What's happening here? Yeah, another yaw instability issue going on there. One of the Crispynugget craft died though. Ooh. This Forma has taken a bit of a hit, a large hit maybe. Ooh, look at that! How amusing! One of the Crispynugget craft is firing at its own friendly. Forma, I think you have to carry this one, because the other Forma is spinning out a bit over there. I said carry this one, not die. Not die! Instability. Oh, look, this Forma finally recovered. Come on, get a lock 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 on. It's still a bit too far away, isn't it? Because of the yaw instability issues. I don't know what's causing yaw instability. What I do know is that some craft suffer from it, and I don't know how to fix it. Which is rather annoying, because, well, there's no gimbling on this craft, and that should fix my yaw instability issues, right? Nah, it doesn't. Anyway, missile no. There is no such thing as missile dodging this time around. Oh, looks like the other Crispynugget fighter also died of missiles. So, Forma, that was supposed to carry the team here, thank you for somehow carrying the team despite being damaged. You've won the round for us there. But this is surprisingly more close than I expected. Wow, this is a real This is an embarrassment of a matchup. This. Anyway, 2-1 for the Forma, and time for the camera disadvantage on the Crispynugget craft to prove itself again. I don't know what's going on with my craft today, but what I do know is that they're doing not as well as I expected. And that's odd, because, well, this thing has non-existent maneuverability and the Forma has rather well maneuverability. Well, there's an obvious thing here, Hojoz. The Forma does not have the lock-on advantage. They both have the same lock-on. Ah, yes, of course, the old lock-on. The old lock-on advantage. It's being used against me now, and that's amusing to see, because I usually use it against other people in PFC, but this time it's being used against me. Well, you should have expected that. This is CFC. Yeah. Should have expected that, really. Awkward commentary. Oh, that's already an aim-120 firing. Oh, that's another aim-120 firing from the Forma. Oh, that's one of the Crispynugget craft that just died. Well, I suppose the Formas go on to the second round of the star fighting competition. Because, well, I cannot see the Crispynugget craft recovering that one. And it didn't. And, of course, this one still has just a missile, but and there's a missile incoming and you don't have any. Yeah, that's what I thought. There was a missile incoming and you don't have any countermeasures. So you're dead. Anyway, this is a Forma. It won the match. And I suppose this is the end of another episode of the Satire Fight competition. And I'm just going to celebrate that I have vacation starting from Friday. It will last for 2 weeks, and hopefully I'll be able to record Star Fight competition back to back with better commentary. Since honestly, I don't think this commentary was great today, but people in the comment section disagree with me sometimes, so I post it anyway. I'm actually rather surprised that people like this unexcited, lazy commentary, but I can't give you any better when there's just a ruffle stomp going on screen. Seriously, I can't give you better commentary when the craft on screen are being utterly decimated. There was no surprises either, despite those Crispynugget craft taking out 2 Formas, but the surprise was already ruined when one of the Formas was hit by a missile. That was a surprise. And if you're flying in a large train, it's rather obvious that you've just lost. Because, well, there's one baiting and the other one's attacking. And well, if the attacking craft is attacking with guns at roughly 700 meters or less, you're dead. At least that's my observation. But that's rather disappointing, actually, seeing the BDAI going for a target when it knows it's being chased by another one. It's being chased by the other plane. It should just try to disengage and make them overshoot, both of them, because then there's no one in the back to hurt you. And well, if there's someone in the back to hurt you and you're still engaging, that's what War Thunder people call stupidity. Because, well, you may get that kill, but there's still like 3 people behind you engaging you, because, well, you've just landed yourself in the furball. That's sometimes how it goes. Anyway, I am comparing War Thunder, a sim about, or arcade sim, about World War II vehicles to Cold War vehicles to Kerbal Space Program, with modern jet fighters that are mostly fictional. I shouldn't do that comparison, but I still think that I learned something from War Thunder there. which is never engage when there's someone behind you, because you will die. You see? You will die! That's been this episode of the Starfight competition. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll watch another one. The last episode didn't do so well, only 14 views. Does this matter to me? Not a lot, but I can still see the effects of the Underwater Aerospace not shouting me out anymore, which is fair enough, because, well, a constant shout out of the same YouTuber, it just gets a bit boring sometimes. And, well, I guess this is the part where I have to say goodbye, and see you next week. Here's Bureaucratic with Boys Bob.